He honore kloria ki te atua, he maungaronga ki te whenua, he whakaaro pai ki ngā tangata katoa.
Hiniuru are like a microcosm of everything that's happened in colonial New Zealand. You name it that could have happened to an iwi, it's happened to them. They've had confiscation of their lands under the New Zealand Settlements Act. They were involved in the New Zealand Wars. They were affected by pai mariri. They've experienced the effects of the Native Land Court, of Crown purchasing. So everything's happened to them, and over and above all that, they've then had a particular, very complex experience over the Tarawera and Tātara Kina blocks, which I think is peculiar to Hiniuru. Few groups have ever had anything quite that complicated.
If you read back in history, you can see where each one of them tried to have a say to the Crown then. They were shut down. They were told, go away. And our land was alienated from us, but given to others. Loyalty to the Crown, this is your reward. Poor old Hiniuru.
Learning our history, history that was never told to us. And I guess it was a history that we had been shoved in the corner because many of our people either didn't want to know about it or knew about it but didn't want to tell.
I had a bit of a tangi because a lot of it brought back the raupatu that happened, especially with our people that were enticed into going down to Omaranui and given the chance of saying, okay, we're here peacefully, and they were attacked and absolutely slaughtered.
Just walking around amongst the hills, you feel the wairua of your ancestors.
Te Rangihiro, as we say in our whakatauaki, he's the man. And, I'm just amazed what he achieved within his time of trying to look after our people, trying to look after our whenua, going through to different areas, whether there was a raru, he would try and sort that out. So for me, Te Rangihiro was the man.
The pivotal event was a battle, so-called battle at Omaranui, which happened near Taradale in 1866, which was when a group of, we think, principally pai mariri supporters, some of whom were Hiniuru, although by no means all of the group at Omaranui were Hiniuru, came to Napier after a period of correspondence with the provincial government, led at that time by Donald Maclean. The encampment was surrounded by government forces, including the government's Maori allies. There was a lot of gunfire. People died.
That was a sad event that mowed Hiniuru's identity down.
There was a mamai, a huge mamai, because within that slaughter was my own koro. And his name is, it's right behind me, his name was Te Wano.
Those who survived were transported, or if you like, exiled to the Chatham Islands, and were there with also an earlier group of people from the Turanga region following the Battle of Wairingahika. And then both groups, under the leadership of Te Koti, escaped in 1868, and Ngāti Hiniuru were involved in all of his adventures through the North Island.
Te Koti, he was a good one for us. And I'm speaking on Te Koti, he was good. He was labelled a ratbag, only because he spoke about people losing their land. Government didn't want that. So we went down there to go and talk to them down there with the Pai Māori movement. Even that was shut down. We were a war party. How can they say we were a war party? I don't know.
Those that came back from the Chatham Islands were just as lost, and they were sort of tarnished when you're in the company of someone that soldiers don't like, then you're with it too. You're in the same fault as well.
It was only until I started getting involved with these land claim things and just reading up on them and listening to my mother and father and my uncles and aunties, and then the pictures started taking place. We actually owned all this whenua along the road here, from Titiakura back this way, and it's just got taken off us.
I think it's good that the government are addressing it and apologising it, and it's going to hopefully bring some closure to the people so that once the settlement's done, then we can move on to the future.
Peti hono tātai hono, rātou te hunga mata ki a rātou. Peti hono tātai hono, ka hoki ati tātou ki hongora e tau nei, tātou i a tātou.